Thank you so much. That was a beautiful song by a young man in Mali Music. Beautiful. I love that song. You know, we do play a lot of indie artist music, but sometimes I will infuse my favorite stuff into there as well. You're listening to Live Life in the Purple on the IBNXradio.com network, where positivity is always the movement. Right after us, if you stay tuned, from 7 to 9, there will be Word of Mind Radio, our own very Trey Grizzy and 9 Ether and King Blacksmith makes his appearance as well. We let him two-time us sometimes. So y'all hang out. There's always positive program. There's something going on at IBNX at all times, so stay up with us on the network, on the happenings. New shows are being added all the time. As well as, did you know we have 24/7 music channels? That's right. Indie music, there's a inspirational gospel. We have a Talk NX stream, which is talk radio, other shows as well. So there's so much going. You got to go on the site, IBNXradio.com, and check us out and see what's going on. But right now, met this gentleman, a year ago, last year?
Yes, about a year ago.
Out in the community, we responded to an invitation to come out and talk about solutions, community solutions for domestic violence. And there were a couple of gentlemen in the house there offering what they were doing and looking to hear more and interact with people. And this beautiful person stands up, and he was just so calm and so wonderful, and I got a chance to interact with him. And so I wanted to give you guys give some purple love to HeadmasterSoke of the KBD, Kempo Karate Martial Arts Studio. Did I say that correct?
Yes, you did.
That's a
KBD,
mouthful.
Kempo Karate Holistic.
Holistic,
Yeah,
that's the
holistic,
key word.
Yes.
Something, and let me give you a little sample of why I think it's holistic, and then we'll let him correct me. Since I've gotten on his page, some Suki quotes comes across every now and then. This one really got me. The person closest to you should respect you the most, not the least, because he or she benefits from you the most.
Absolutely.
Did you make that up?
That came right out. That came right from the Creator, straight through me.
That is beautiful. The person closest to you should respect you the most.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh. So, guys, that gives you a heads up as to this individual's character and who he is, but I'm going to let him tell you a little bit more about himself.
I am the founder of KBD, Kempo Karate Holistic. That means, that stands for Kokoro, Bushido, Kempo Karate. Kokoro means spirit, Bushi means warrior, and Do means way. We established here in Georgia as a 501c3 nonprofit community organization in 2003.
Wow.
We currently operate in DeKalb, Fulton, and Gwinnett counties, mainly around the greater metro Atlanta area. We partner with the Boys and Girls Club. Our programs in a school system, elementary schools, middle schools.
Wow.
We're in a lot of the community organizations around the area. We're all about connecting with the community and trying to help people reach their full potential. We believe that KBD, Kempo Karate Holistic, has something to offer every human. No matter what age you are, you're never too young and never too old. We have a process, a holistic process that we think fits everyone. And it touches on a lot of what you spoke on earlier, learning how to live from the inside out and not the outside in, and become a master of yourself.
So let me try to put this in perspective. The first question I have is, just clarify, what do you mean by holistic? Because there's a lot. It could
Absolutely,
be a lot.
Thank you for asking me that. What I mean by holistic is, we say it's a holistic divine process of self-development, self-protection, health, and wellness.
Okay.
And what we mean by that is everything we teach deals with the whole being. Different from us in sport martial arts and other karates and martial arts that just teach maybe physical self-defense or maybe just to go in a cage and fight or a sport or a game, which we respect all those things, you know, but I always tell people just understand the difference between them. Our approach is more or less, we want to teach that human in their spirit how to protect themselves from depression, oppression, suppression, doubt, fear, anger, stress, unbelief in their mind and their physical body. We want to teach them how to protect themselves from sickness, disease, virus, cancer, and in a physical existence, we want to teach them how to protect themselves from any kind of physical assault or physical attack that would impact them from the outside. So when we say holistic, we're literally talking about dealing with the whole being in every aspect of protecting yourself.
That's a lot.
Absolutely.
So it's divided up into kids, adults.
Yeah, it's a family approach. It's a family approach. We try to create a family environment where you have the kids, you have adults, you have parents, and want to do it with their kids, or maybe the whole family. We have whole families that do it together. You know, the wife, the husband, and the kids, and that's the kind of environment we want to create.
What about somebody with bad back?
Yeah, we have a process for that too, because the thing about our approach is it's gonna be conducive to where you at when you come in the door. It's all about taking the potential that you have when you come in the door and elevating that. So we're not going to be trying to force you to do something that you're not ready to do yet, if that makes any sense.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. I wanted to ask you, what came first for you personally? This is you, because you have such a calm bearing. But so how did you get on this pathway, if you don't mind?
Yeah, thank God for His grace. You know, my journey started a little bit different from most kids, the average kids. Like I said, most kids were attracted to martial arts or karate from the outside. The physical aspect, the techniques, the jump kicks, all the moves. That wasn't my connection. It connected with me at a very young age from an internal standpoint. I wasn't impressed so much of all the different things I saw the master do, how he could break the brick effortlessly and all those things. I was connected with the root of how he was able to do that, how he was able to have absolute control of himself in that moment, how he was able to have absolute control of his emotions, his mind, his body, his whole self was under subjection of his will at that very moment, to do whatever he wanted to do great. Whether it was break a brick, whether it's 3 or 4 attackers coming at him, or whatever was going on in that moment, he was a master of himself, and that's what connected with me at a young age.
Wow. So when you and I had a conversation, and we were talking about being self-disciplined.
Right.
So you can take someone, well, anyone, we all need it, first of all. Let me say that first. But being out in the community, you have people who are enraged for different reasons.
Right.
You may have someone that is enraged because life is they've reached their boiling point.
Right.
And if we don't explode, we may implode.
Right.
So someone can come to you, and over time, if they commit, then you can help them to restrain that and bring it under control.
Absolutely, because our process is all about restoring balance. It's all about restoring balance, and we call it centering yourself. Centering yourself. The first thing I have to do before I can overcome anything on the outside is I first have to line myself up with peace and harmony on the inside. Then once I'm at peace and harmony on the inside, once I have that foundation, then I can begin to work over things on the outside. So absolutely, when someone has those kind of issues like that, the first thing we want to teach them to do is to not use a negative with a negative, because negative and negative only increases your negative and make more negative. So if you're going to overcome any negative, you must use a positive. You have to use a positive, because you only increase your negative if you don't.
That's amazing. And that philosophy is not just for inside your dojo. It's a life.
It's a lifestyle. We are definitely, and that's what separates us again from so many sports, karate, and different things like that. We're trying to teach people how to live a holistic lifestyle through this, how to be this. We always say, you know, we kind of use the church we kind of forget the church a little bit. You know, I grew up in the church. I'm a huge fan of it. But sometimes people go to church all their life, but they never become it. They never become the church. They just go to church. You see? So we say we that bridge in between the two. Mm-hmm. We bridge that gap to where we're teaching a person to become this. From caterpillar to butterfly, we're transforming people into something in their full existence.
Yeah. I love it. I really love it. I was so impressed. And I wanted to ask if you would please tell us what your contribution to that meeting, that community meeting I met you at, what did you say that you do for, because it was about domestic violence and solutions.
Absolutely.
And that's how you caught my attention. Right. What is it that your KBD does?
Yeah, we're a community organization, and what we do is that day we were talking about women domestic violence, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
And we target at-risk and underserved youth, but we also target women victims of domestic violence and battered women. And that day we were sharing with women. We were sharing with the women that day that was present. There was some males there as well, but we were sharing with them that we do offer a women's self-protection program. That's one of the things on our platform is a women's self-protection program, to where we can help women build from the inside out, overcoming their spirit. When we say the spirit, you know, some people say heart, the spirit, the core of their existence, the foundation of who you are. Well, oppression, depression, suppression, guilt, condemnation, resentment, and all these things tear you down at your base and rob you of any hope in life. First, you got to restore that. First, you got to restore that hope. Then you're going to work your way up to the mind and start working on overcoming doubt, fear, anger, and the unbelief that's in your emotional realm. And then you can begin to line your body up with that, to go out with love. We say hope sustains us, faith maintains us, and love empowers us to go out and do.
I really love that. And the reason why is it's unique because here you are skilled and trained to cause harm to someone, bodily harm,
Right.
as well as protect.
Right.
But you could, you know, mangle somebody should you choose to.
Right.
But love and balance and discipline is interwoven in there very uniquely.
Absolutely. You know, like you say, it's about that balance. One of our things we say, our motto is we choose harmony, but we will survive. Harmony is always the first choice. We choose to be a healer and a helper.
That sounds like a threat. That
That
sounds like something you put on your lawn. Like, you can come in here. I choose harmony.
Yes, man. We choose to be a part of the solution in the community. You know, we want to help and heal first. But if you give us no other choice, then we will survive. We're well equipped to survive.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Does anybody have a question for Headmaster Soke? Did you say something? Okay. I don't want to be the only one enjoying this conversation.
I was just going to say, I like the approach of it all. Thank you. You know, I'm always guilty of doing that. I was just going to say, I like the approach. It's a whole holistic approach. And I mentioned to Soke that my dad taught karate for a number of years. Yeah, I grew up that way.
So you can hurt somebody too? I did not know that. I got to check my application process.
Element surprise.
I did not know that. I'm going to watch her now.
No, I only made it to yell. I quit because I started getting into boys and stuff. I'm like, I don't want to do
At least
this.
she's not claiming a black belt like most people do, right?
But and Dad probably felt she can handle herself now.
Yeah, but you know, the things, and I like the program so much because I understand how transformative it can be.
Absolutely.
And how it stays with you. I watched my dad, you know, train and teach people. He's a 4th degree black belt in Shotokan karate, and I watched him do that my entire life growing up. And I think the thing that I admire about martial artists so much, people that study the art, is that you do have this sense of self-control and self-mastery that is awesome, and it stays with you. Even now, although my dad is dealing with some health challenges, that training helps him. It helps him overcome everything that he does, and I can see it.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, so that to go to the kids, you know, when you're working with kids,
absolutely,
that's invaluable.
Absolutely, and you say you've been doing this a long time. A lot of people, they look at me and you know, they think I'm like 34 or below, but you know, I'll be blessed to be 44 this month. And so I've been in martial arts a little bit over 30 years myself, and had Mr. Week studying and training over 27 years.
Wow.
Yeah, had Mr. Week in over 27 years. You know, that fire that was lit in me as a youngster, I tell you, it just raged more and more. I still feel like a beginner. I feel like you never get there. The true thing about any true master, he's never there. That's the thing about being a master. You know, you should be the most humblest. You shouldn't be cocky and arrogant and prideful. That means that you're not a master. You know, because if you really are a master, then you're humble because you know you're never there. You're always working to get there.
Yeah, and that's an Eastern philosophy.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And just to chime in, y'all are real safe up in here. Because you got a couple people over here that
I know.
And then myself, I did ninjutsu for 13 years.
Really?
So nobody is getting in trouble with it.
That is something.
Y'all right now.
That is amazing.
Yeah, I guess I need to tell people.
I am bona fide scary cat, so I feel well protected.
We got you.
I guess I need to tell people a little bit more rank as well. Don't like to.
Yeah, I'm with y'all on that. I know a little bit of martial arts too. So.
Oh, okay, good.
You know, watch
We gotta have fun on martial arts.
You know what? I'm ready to go back to the playground right now and get my stuff back that got taken from me in third
This
grade
ain't
with
one of
my
those
crew.
situations where everybody took karate, right? You know, everybody did it, you know.
I might as well.
Really?
I just want to fit in.
Yeah, but I've been fortunate enough to have a couple of 7 degrees, first degree, and actually 10 degree of my own system, and that's internationally recognized, USA Martials Hall of Fame, Masters Martials Hall of Fame.
Oh my God.
I was actually fortunate enough to meet people that I grew up watching on TV. I could only, you know, dream to meet these people. You know, to sit there and be getting acknowledged with them was like unbelievable.
Like who? Can you say?
Unbelievable.
Can you say
I
who?
tell you someone you may be familiar with. You know Top My Gorilla, Bruce Leroy? Bruce Leroy?
Leroy.
Everybody know Bruce Leroy. Top My Gorilla.
Yeah, Bruce Leroy.
Bruce Leroy.
Oh,
Back
I thought that was just a joke name.
Sure enough, no.
Oh, that's
Sure
right.
enough,
Yeah, the guy,
Bruce
the
Leroy.
big guy. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I was inducted with him in 2009. And
That's
yeah,
cool.
Long Beach, California.
Wow.
That's really cool, Marilyn.
I'm sorry, I took martial arts club as well, but the reason why is my counselor, when I got out of my domestic violence situation, told me I had to go. She said, this is what you need, and one of the most important things that I learned was how to block a punch. That
Awesome.
was the first part, the
Defense.
first major part, because I was in a situation where I always took it.
Right.
And so that was so huge. I almost tested for my brown belt, but the journey was more important than anything else, and I gained so much as a domestic violence survivor from the experience of martial artistry. Thank you.
You know what? That is a great point, because one thing I really emphasize with people a lot of times is everybody want to hit someone, but that's a part of the problem.
Yes.
So first we need to work on that. On that part, we need to work on self-control on that part first. Because everyone wants to hit someone. We need to learn how to master ourselves, how to control
Well,
the
if you
energy.
learn something, you want to use it.
But the point I was getting to though, the point I was getting to, anyone can hit someone,
Right.
but everyone cannot
Can't.
stop someone from hitting them.
That's right.
Good
That's
point.
the challenge. That's the challenge. How do I stop this person from hitting me?
And you'll also expend more energy
Absolutely.
putting your energy
That's
into
right.
striking someone as opposed to using offensive movement maneuvers and blocking and using that other person's energy. But you have to have, like
Absolutely.
you said, a mastery of yourself.
A master of yourself, because like you say, you can punch and strike, but a lot of times you're wasting a lot of energy. You know, how effective, you know, how accurate.
Okay.
You know, I mean, how much damage are those strikes doing? You know, are you just rage and anger and just swinging? You know, in less than a minute, you're going to be burned out. And then what you going to do? You
Get
know?
beat up.
I do have a question for you.
Absolutely.
So with the fight that's coming up between Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor, I'd like to know your opinion on that, as far as knowing what you know about mixed martial arts and, you know, going into a boxing ring with a boxer. What do you think about that?
I think, first of all, I think that is just all about money, of course. You know, that's just a big thing about money. I don't think Floyd would have done that at any time at a serious point in his career. I don't think he would have done that. I think he's doing that because he's outside of that now, and they see opportunity to make a lot of money. But on a serious standpoint, from a boxer standpoint, he's in Floyd's world. You know, that's like tying a person's hand behind their back. You know, when you step in the ring with somebody, this is what they do. This is what they were born to do. You know, he's out of Conor McGregor's stepping out of his lane. You know, into the unknown. You know, now if Floyd came in that mixed martial arts ring, he would last 30 seconds. Probably not 30 seconds, you know, because he's not familiar with all the ranges of combat. And once you got past a punch or first time he felt a kick in his leg that he never felt before, he'll forget about his hands. You know, so it's just all about, you know, what arena that you are, like you said, you have mastered yourself in, and Floyd has mastered himself in the boxing arena.
You're getting a
And,
slow clap from the engineer back there. Slow clap.
Yeah, so Floyd has mastered himself in the boxing arena, and Conor McGregor has not. He's an amateur in that arena, so.
Great question from only one to be. Thank you for bringing all the testosterone.
You know, you guys have just totally blown my Black Friday plan. I was going to come in there with my crew, take people's orders, get their stuff for them, and we would be untouchable coming together. So I got everybody in here can help me except me. I'm the mastermind behind the whole thing. Okay.
Yeah, you know what he said? He said he's been in martial arts a little while. Are you familiar with Benny the Jet?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I was inducted with him.
Oh,
Are you
right.
familiar with Dunn the Dragon Wilson?
When they were out in California, as
Yeah,
well, right? Yeah,
exactly.
I'm from
Dunn-
California.
Dunn the Dragon Wilson?
No, I've heard of.
Played in a lot of movies. Jeff Speakman starred in a lot of movies. All these are martial artists who starred in movies. Well,
Because they do the stunt. They do
Yeah,
some of them go on to do stunt work. That I've
What
been
about
obsessed
Superfoot
with
Bill
as well.
Wallace?
Yeah.
I met him,
Yeah.
I met Bill
Yeah.
Wallace.
And he's a great
Now,
guy.
Bill is
very
a nice
humble.
person.
Yeah, he's a very nice
Bill is
person.
Calm
great.
and
Yeah,
great
I got the
people.
privilege to be inducted to alongside him as well. So it's a
We
lot
may
of
be
names.
relatives. I gotta check that Wallace out.
You know, you say that though, but it's not so much about names. It's about, it was an honor to meet these people. But the main thing, the humbling experience when you meet these people, you realize they're people,
Yeah.
just like you. They're
Wow.
people, just like you. And it's a humbling experience. No letters we get in front of our name, no title that we achieve in life. Nothing that we gain should be used to step on anyone else, or else you didn't deserve it, or you missed the point of getting it.
Right.
The reason of getting that is to get more access to elevate people, to elevate more people, to
Right.
help them come up,
Right.
to educate them and help them reach their full potential. So that's it. We should approach it like that.
I appreciate that. I don't know about you guys. Along with, if you're listening for the first time, first of all, let me just take this opportunity to say thank you, humbly thank you. We assembled all of this with a certain person in mind that would appreciate adult conversation. Adult conversation meaning a space where you can talk and be heard. And we don't have that. Everywhere we go is not that way. We're being talked at. We're having conversation here, so I appreciate that. Also, we've got so much talent in this room. I really want you to know that. One of the personalities that is here is Ty Davis. She has a segment called Hope Speaks, in which she talks about depression and recovery and different things like that. But she's also very heavy in Greek organization. So we want to hear from her. She's got a little something to share with us. A new segment we were kicking around. So do we have a break, or are we just going to go right into it? We're going to take a quick break. A pause for the cause. This is your opportunity to just let someone know that you're listening to Live Life in the Purple on IBNXradio.com, and go out and like us, our page, and as well as connect with all of us on social media. We appreciate you. We'll be right back.
Like you said, on the second half, I get a chance to let them know where to find us and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
We're going to come back.
And
Come
you'll
back.
be a part of this conversation.
It's flowing real. I love the energy here. It's flowing real well.
I'm
I
covering this
just
about
ended
social
you.
justice.
Okay.
Your phone overheated at one point.
I
You said,
figured-
do you want
I
to
figured
turn
it was-
off? And I said, no.
I figured it was going to get
And at
hot.
one point,
That
there was a
Saturday
phone
is the
call. and I was
engagement.
like,
Oh my
ignore.
goodness.
What
The
happens, I
sheriff
think, is
with the county
the
police
video just
department.
Okay.
Because I'm
stalls
thinking
and
this will
stays
help.
that way. but
I
you
mean,
can
I'm
still hear
trying
the audio,
to,
so
really
you
trying to
should be
figure
able
out how to
to-
sell
Gotcha.
it.
But I appreciate what you did.
Sure.
Thanks
To
a lot.
me, that's
Do
great,
you want to
but it's not enough for
continue? Do
me.
you want
Yeah.
to finish to the end?
Come out the
But that-
video.
I guess
Yeah.
that's.
Are you able to get it back on when we
I'm
get
gonna
back?
try to pay it as much respect
Yeah,
as I
that would be
can.
great if we could try it again and complete it.
Just keep an eye on
Thank you
us.
so much.
334.
I was hoping no
Yeah.
call came.
Yes, I should have thought about that.